Welcome back to my channel. I'm having so much fun here on BookTube. I am now officially back from my honeymoon, and let me tell you, I had so much fun. I got to check out some amazing bookstores, and today I'm going to be telling you about Livraria Lello. I don't speak Portuguese. I speak Spanish, but everything is just a little bit different in Portuguese. But it is essentially the bookstore that supposedly inspired J.K. Rowling when she was writing about Hogwarts and the libraries and things like that. So it was super, super cool, but it was very touristy. So I'm gonna be playing some clips for you while I talk so you can kind of get a feel. So first off, you had to buy a ticket, and that's not something you normally encounter with bookstores, but I see why they did it here because there was a wait to get in. And essentially they make you buy a ticket to do some crowd control so that it's not just overrun with Harry Potter fans that aren't necessarily into books. And the nice thing is they do take the cost of the ticket off of a book purchase. So that way you are encouraged to buy a book, but if you don't want to buy a book, you can just pay, I think it was like €4 or something to come in and explore and, you know, take in. It really truly was beautiful. So right as you walk in, there's this amazing staircase. It kind of splits in both directions, and you can go up, and there's like a little bridge that connects it. So it's 2 stories, and everything is so gorgeous. But you'll notice in all of this footage, it's very crowded. It was really hard to I felt like I was jostled and rushed, and I felt like there was people everywhere, so I didn't really have it didn't feel like a regular bookstore where you can go and browse and enjoy the moment and, you know, discover new authors and things like that. But it was still ridiculously cool. I like how they separated the touristy things, like where you bought the tickets. There was also a gift shop where you could get Harry Potter related things. And for the most part, in the store, it was focused on the books, which I really appreciate because I think a bookstore should be about books. And, you know, it's awesome that Harry Potter is bringing people into books so they realize the value of bookstores, but at the same time, it felt a little bit touristy and not quite as cool as some of the other bookstores I've been in. But that being said, of course, my husband and I each had to get a book because they take the price of your ticket off of the book price. So plus, how cool is that? Like, it's the bookstore that inspired J.K. Rowling and Harry Potter. Of course, I'm gonna get a book. So, the book that I selected, they didn't have a huge English section, but, you know, I mean, it's in Portugal, so I'm just excited they had an English section, is The Secret Diary of Hendrik Groen, 83 1/4 years old. So, this is a book about life in an assisted living, like, they each have a little apartment, but it's kind of like a nursing home in Holland, which is super cool because if you didn't know, I actually grew up in Holland, so that always has a special place in my heart. And he is a part of the Old But Not Dead Club, and they go out and do all kinds of adventures where they, you know, form friendships and find their place in this world as a senior citizen. And it's very sweet. I actually did read it because we went to the beach at the end of our trip, so I spent the time on the beach reading this bad boy, so it was pretty amazing. Oh, and I didn't mention, the bookstore is in Porto, Livraria Lello. That was our first stop. We went Porto, Luso, Lisbon, Lagos, and back up to Porto to fly home. So this was our first stop of the trip. Well, other than Madrid, we had an unfortunate layover that we made the most of, where we missed our flight, our connecting flight, because of our first plane got delayed. So we had 13 hours to kill in Madrid. So we went and, you know, saw the sights there since we were there anyway. But this was our first stop in Portugal, was the bookstore, and this was the first thing that I bought. Then, the other book that my husband technically got was this bad boy, The New Portuguese Table by David Leite? That one. And this was in like a zillion different languages, and it is genuine Portuguese cooking, and our apartment that we stayed in Lagos had a kitchen, so my husband and I actually decided to make a couple of the dishes. We had limited ingredients just because we didn't want to buy things that we wouldn't be able to use that were more expensive, and it still turned out pretty darn good. So we're really excited. We love to cook together. It's one of the things that we've always done, so it was very appropriate to get a new cookbook for our collection and to try out a couple recipes while on our honeymoon. It was just a blast, and I love these kinds of things. I think we're gonna write a little note about where we got it and what recipes we tried while we were there. So I hope you guys enjoyed the footage I was able to get. As I said, it was very busy, so I felt like there was people everywhere, kind of like, I don't know, I didn't want to be a massive tourist there. I wanted to enjoy the bookshop as much as possible, but I hope that you enjoyed it. It was super cool. I do recommend going to check it out if you're in Porto, especially if you're a lover of Harry Potter and books like I am. Next week, I'm going to talk about my stop in the world's oldest bookstore. It was so cool. It was just so cool. We had hoped to be able to also go check out the library in Coimbra, and unfortunately we didn't make it out there because of the bonus day in Madrid kind of messing us up, so we had to shift things, and that was one of the things that got dropped. But no worries, because the 2 bookstores that we went to totally made up for it. So you can look out for that video next week. Coming up is the world's oldest bookstore. It was so cool. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave me a comment down below about maybe your favorite bookstore. I love finding cool bookstores. Anywhere I travel, it's something that I love to do. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye!